Okay, let's look at the one-handed fan. A one-handed fan. So we'll take a portion of the deck there. Now, if you've watched any of my videos on the Hidden Structures channel where I'm performing mathematical card magic, really the only reason I use a one-handed fan is to accomplish something very utilitarian. I'm just trying to show the cards. Either I'm trying to see them myself or show them to the spectator, okay? So there's never a time in any of my videos where I put in a flourish just because. It always has a reason. So I want them to see the card, or maybe they're going to remember a card, that kind of thing. Or maybe we all, the both of us, as I set these on the table, we need to note the color of the cards or something. Okay, so these one-handed fans are really not there, at least for me, they're not there to like show off and go, whoa, you're so cool. No, they're purely functional. Okay, so how this works, and there's a lot of videos on YouTube and different techniques, but as a general rule, so what you're doing, well, you're holding the cards kind of like that, probably with your thumb. I don't know if you should go all the way and cover that whole circle down there, because you won't have enough room to kind of fan them out. But so, maybe have your thumb encroach on that bottom circle about halfway. Now the action that you're doing is simply this. You're just going like that. So, it may sound silly, but you could practice that for, a few minutes. So that's all you're doing. You're going like that. So you're holding it and going, okay? Almost like you're trying to snap all your fingers at once. Okay, so that's the action. So then you just perform that action, and the cards will naturally want to fan out. Now, if it's a relatively new deck, like this one, it's fairly new, it shouldn't stick too badly. And what that means is you should be able to get a fairly even spread. I don't care about that at all. The only thing I care about is whether we can see what are called the pips. We can see that that's the 10 of clubs or whatever, these little card value and suits. That's the only thing I'm concerned about. So as the packet gets bigger, sometimes that's kind of hard. But the whole reason for doing this for me is just to allow the spectator to see the cards and maybe choose a card, or for the spectator and I to see what's there, like how many red cards are there, right? Okay, so in my Hidden Structures videos, I've never included a flourish just for the sake of, like, I don't know, showing off or something. They always have a functional purpose. Okay, I'm trying to accomplish something. And quite honestly, it's really about the fastest way to quickly see, what's going on in the packet. You just kind of fan them out and go, oh, okay, there is a 10. Yeah, there's one 10 here, or whatever you're looking for. Okay? So now as the number of cards increases, it will get kind of harder and harder to, get all of them showing the pips for sure. And some people, depending on how much practice, so there you can almost see all of them, not quite. And so what you can do is come in here, starting on this side, you can come in here and kind of spread them out a little bit so that all of the little pips can be seen. And then you have a complete view of, the identities of the cards in your hand. Okay? So you may want to start with a small number of cards at first. I mean, not too small, like 3 would be awkward, right? But I don't know, maybe 8 or something, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. I mean, even right there, you can see how nice it was to do this, because I could quickly count. Like if I wanted to know how many cards are here, I can quickly count them, 10, without having to like deal them out, 1, 2, 3, okay? So a one-handed fan is just a wonderful, important utility move, really. Just allows you to kind of quickly see what's there, because otherwise, if you spend a lot of time trying to like show the cards because you need to, you know, and, you know, I mean, well, of course, if you're dropping them, that kind of thing. But if it's taking you too long to kind of get the spectator to see what's there, you know, they're going to get bored or irritated, right? So doing it in a fairly systematic way is a nice way to go, you know, where they can just see, you know, what the cards are. Okay, so that is a one-handed fan, and there's really not much more to talk about except some practice. So just kind of practice that action first, and then practice it with maybe 8 cards, and then slowly go bigger and bigger on your packet size. And you know, some people, I haven't worried about it. I normally don't have to work with most of the cards in the deck, but some people, maybe partly because they have huge hands, you know, they can really get a big fan going and show everything, you know. And so you can see I'm having a hard time showing everything. So anyway, it's a great little move for packets of, you know, probably half the deck or smaller. Right now I have 3/4 of the deck in my hand. That's a little bit much, actually, to be able to use the one-handed fan to show the identities of all of those cards. So what you'd want to do there, I talk about in one of my other videos, namely a ribbon spread on the table. So once the packet gets over about half the deck, ribbon spread is the way to go. So maybe watch my other video on that.